Ladies, it's time to begin.
Magnolias! Marmalade! Menopause!
Welcome everyone to our monthly gathering. As you can see, our beloved president, Miss Tally Belcher, is not with us today. But as vice president, I, Debbie Ray Dupree, will be leading the way in her absence. Now, as I noted in the bulletin, we are well into the second quarter of the year, and June is fast approaching.
Excuse me.
And you all know that means some exciting things are coming our way. Now, for old
Excuse me, Mrs. Secretary President!
Sarah Jane, darling, you have been a member of our ladies' club for quite a while now, and you know that we have a superbly traditional schedule that I must adhere to with extreme measure, and that old and present business must be discussed before...
But I just wanted to make sure that I'm taken into account because Tally always took the role before
So, first things first, and that is old business. A resolution in Martha Peppercorn's potluck food poisoning fiasco has finally surfaced. It was the deviled eggs. Now to new business. Tally Belcher is dead. All right, roll call.
Debbie Ray!
Present. Sarah Ann Hoyt.
Here, hold on 1 minute now. Tally is dead?
As dead as a doornail. God rest her soul. Sarah Jane Yarborough.
Here.
Rhoda Faye.
I saw Tally pulling weeds in her yard just yesterday.
So good to see you, Miss Rhoda. Sarah Ruth Dunn.
Present? How could she be dead? Tally called me yesterday to tell me about her husband's fungus.
She was a wonderful woman. All green scarves are here accounted for, so let's begin. This week's topic of discussion, the engaging and thrilling world of sun hats. Now, I consider myself to be quite the sun hat professional.
Hold it, Mitzi.
Excuse me, Rhoda Faye. The floor has not yet been opened for discussion.
The Miss Vernon Faye is Horry County's foremost expert on sun hats. Don't you steal her thunder, you thunder thief!
Sarah Ann, you are a doll.
Now, as I was saying, there is not a chance in the devil's Hades that Tally Belcher is dead without the whole town catching fire with the news. Something's afoot, and it's not her husband's fungus.
Tally is dead.
Prove it.
Rhoda Faye, I shouldn't have to prove to you anything. You should know better than anyone why Tally is absent today. You have been a member of the Green Scarves for more than a quarter of a century.
Well, it ain't my choice. My mama put my name in for membership as soon as I turned 18.
You could have stepped away at any time. No one forced you to be a Green Scarf.
As you know, my mother and father were well-to-do here in town, so I had to take up some dainty lace glove, well-to-do social activity where I couldn't play polo because of my vertigo. I don't like to read because of my glaucoma, so book club was a no. And I would have liked to take up membership in the garden club, but I don't have a green thumb. Hell, I don't even have thumbs.
You and Tally Belcher meshed together in rebellion. You and Tally were very close.
What does that have to do with anything? Miss Rhoda had nothing to do with Tally Belcher's murder.
Tally was murdered.
I don't know. Oh, is this just like a lifetime movie?
Rhoda should know better than anyone why Tally isn't with us today. She should know best the three pillars of our cherished society. Always be the perfect wife. Never wear the shades of strife.
And be a tad bit shady.
Forever be a lady. Shame on you, Rhoda Faye. You know as well as anyone that Tally was nothing but a dirty, rotten rule breaker, and she piddled on our sacred customs with her booze-riddled lectures on collectible garden gnomes and her lackluster crock-pot casserole dishes. And after our rousing debate about the new member elections last night, she is dead. To me.
Wait, she isn't really dead?
Sweetheart, she is dead because she is dead to me. And therefore dead to all of you, my faithful band of servants, assistants.
Did she tell you how fat you've gotten in the past couple months?
No.
Did she call you a tyrannical beast of a woman to your face?
No. much worse. She breached the sacred code. Is that it? What do you mean, is that it? Yes, that's it. The Green Scarf Society of exquisitely elegant and outstanding women of Eastern Horry County has forever been a place for the most elegant, educated, and sophisticated women to gather and share recipes, gossip, and make popsicle crafts. Our foremothers forever shaped the political and social landscape of this great country and scrapbooked it into history. Jams and jellies will forever be sweeter for the good work we do here, and I will never let the likes of Tally Belcher soil this hallowed ground with her radical ideas.
This is the middle school gymnasium. It smells like gym socks and knee sweat.
I would say, I agree with Debbie Ray. If Tally Belcher broke the sacred code, then she deserves to be kicked to the dirty rotten gutter.
What's the sacred code?
It's a code that's sacred. You are so dumb.
Anyway, that code is as old as dirt. Don't you think a member of influence like Tally Belcher could be forgiven? She has done a lot for the women in this group.
She taught me how to tie my shoes.
She's been a friend to our ladies since they're youth.
I've been wearing these ever since she taught me how. Those are precious. Thank you. I got them on sale last week.
Sarah, whichever one she is, would have never braved the lacy shoe department before Tally's help. Need I remind you? She suggested you as a candidate, and you won the election. And 20 years later, you are the vice president, all because of Tally Belcher. Why, she even tied your first green scarf.
Oh, I'd almost forgotten about that. It's a hazy memory because she nearly strangled me to death. She was too deep in the whiskey to stand. She burped all through my inauguration. She's a no-good public drunk.
Debbie Ray is right, Miss Rhoda. She drinks her wine straight from the bottle.
I'll have you know she never drinks wine straight out of the bottle. She is a lady after all. It is high-grade champagne, and I'll also have you know she always uses a straw.
I received a call last night from Miss Tally Belcher, may she rest in peace, to inform me that she had submitted her candidate for our new member election. And let's just say that I was taken aback by the name she suggested. She called during my crafting hour.
She called you during your crafting hour? That must be the sacred code. Tally Belcher is known for having the crazies.
Since you seem to know the sacred code like the back of your perfectly polished hand, then you must also know the rules and regulations about new member elections.
Oh yes, I know them. I know all too well about the ever-present loophole.
Well, don't just stand there, girl. Let's get this show on the road. Ladies, outside those antiquated aluminum double doors, riddled with wads of reject chewing gum, and wrap it up if you stick it in posters. Stand 3 candidates. Oh, one of them poised to become our newest members, all chosen by the 3 Sisters of Sanctity. One by the Vice President, one by the senior most member,
And one by a flagrant, possessive, disgusting drunk. They are all justly invited here by decree that they exemplify what it means to be a green scarf. They are of varying backgrounds, but all worthy of consideration.
Be not dismayed by their religious beliefs,
As Jesus will take care of that.
be not swayed by their political affiliation,
As the conservative Republican mayor of this great town has been justly appointed.
and be wary of your personal relationships.
As your crazy backwoods cousin Mary Lou may try to stuff the ballot box.
Each sister shall have her say. All are equal and all are important. Each candidate will be invited to take the sweaty gym floor, and one by one, and we sisters shall converse with our candidates until we come to a unanimous decision, blah, blah, blah. Sarah, go get the first one.
You should seriously take this more seriously. Sarah Ann, Sarah Ruth, and Sarah Jane are very impressionable. We are molding them to be fitting for our society. Are you willing to let these young ladies fall through the cracks and end up on the streets? We must teach them, mentor them, groom them. I am tired of upholding the standards of the Green Scarves alone.
I am tired too. And I'm hungry. And since Tally Belcher's not here, I'm mighty thirsty also.
The first candidate has resigned, saying she's unable to carry the burdens and responsibilities of being the Green Scarf.
Don't be dismayed, everyone. This is a common occurrence. Not everyone can exemplify the characteristics that we Green Scarves so beautifully embody.
Debbie Ray, you are everything a Green Scarf should be. Beautiful, graceful, and wearing no less than 10 pairs of control top pantyhose. Sarah, go get number 2. You know, this reminds me of last year's election when you ran off my great niece Patricia all because of her looks.
It's not my fault she had buck teeth and a peg leg. And as I recall, you were the one calling her names all night.
I can call her anything that suits my fancy. Oh, peg leg Patty is fancy.
Again, candidate 2 was just too nervous and said she couldn't go through with it. I don't think she would have worked out anyway. She was wearing mustard yellow. Bless her heart, she must be poor.
Where mustard probably have a less than savory third and final candidate.
Is the person behind those doors really all that bad?
Tally Belcher's candidate is as bad as you can imagine.
Do you know the candidate personally?
I wish I didn't. I wish I'd never laid eyes on them. The mere presence of their kind is enough to make my mouth fill with watery vomit. My mother and her mother would have ever known that it would come to this, why, they would have jumped off a bridge, or tied themselves to a fast-moving vehicle, or married a Yankee. Bad, huh? Rhoda Faye, the world is forcing our traditions to change. Tally Belcher is trying to get our society to mix with their kind. We can't mix. We just can't mix with...
Where's the party?
Good old boys!
Well, slap me with butter and call me a biscuit, because I was thinking something completely different.
Y'all these pretty ladies. Woo-wee. Well, I'm going to join y'all's little party hardy if you don't mind. Bought my own beverages and my own seating. Brownie points, right?
We have punch.
Aren't you a peach and a bushel of roses? Can I kiss your hand? Is that what y'all do around here?
Yes, I think that'll be all right. Oh, you smell like wolves.
You go straight and narrow right to a man's ticker, little lady. You are a valor on a lake of lily pads.
I think. What's your name?
Horace Vaughn Buttersmith. I know I don't look it, but this guy is a dainty sweetie. Not too dainty, though. And you are?
Sarah!
The 3 Sarahs. And y'all look like triplets in your little green scarf thingies. What's all the fuss about that anyway?
That's it! Out! 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 Just take your cooler and your chair and just get the heck out!
What the smell, lady? Look, I was invited here. See, my landlady Tally told me to come to this here middle school gymnasium and there'd be punch and little weenies. It don't say that on the invitation, just a spoken agreement. And so far, no little weenies. And so far, I'm disappointed.
Green Scarf Society are exquisitely elegant and upstanding women of Eastern Horry County event, and a very important one at that.
That was a mouthful. I'm intrigued. Again, it couldn't be that damn important, because no little weenies.
Sir, if I kindly ask you to watch your language, There are young ladies present.
I'm sorry, no cocktail sausages.
What will you offer the Green Stars if you are elected to the board?
Well, first I'd institute a mandatory cocktail sausage quota. Then I'd get us out of this stinky old gym. I got a little covered shed behind my love shack that could use a woman's touch. And thirdly, I'd get rid of these ugly scars. They kind of cover up your...
Mr. Let me be quite frank with you. Do you realize this is an all-women society? That you are the only male specimen to step his muddy boot through those holy doors?
Do you realize this is a gym?
I am utterly aghast. I should have known that Tally Belcher would nominate the likes of you for our society. She always scraped her friends and acquaintances off the bottom of her cheap, dirty shoes.
Now, don't go get your pantyhose knotted in a twist, okay? Civilize this like, civilized folks with the turkey shoot.
Please don't shoot me! I'm not a turkey!
Put the gun down. Thank you. Now it seems you have brought enough provisions to last you a good 48 hours.
72. I got 3 foot longs and a smoked ham in there. Sleeping bags in the ship.
I am quite sure that will not be necessary. You can take your camping chair and your commemorative NASCAR cooler and make your way to
The police don't give 2 craps about our meeting. He's not harming a thing. You make yourself at home, dear. We've got some questions to ask you.
We aren't asking him any questions because it's pointless. The sacred code states that no member can elect an unworthy candidate. He doesn't know the first thing about macrame, and he smells like deer urine.
All are justly invited here by decree that they exemplify what it means to be a Green Star. They are of varied backgrounds, but all worthy of consideration. Isn't that what your precious rule says? So before we give him the boot, we should at least consider him. It's the ladylike thing to do. Sarah Ann, the holy scrapbook.
Her green scarf. It is the perfect accessory to any outfit. What is the one thing you cannot leave the house without?
That's a tough question, Dad. Well, probably my vest, because you never know when you're going to find a good fishing hole. Oh, wait. My jorts. Yeah, I can't be caught in public without my pants again or I violate my probation. wait, no. My hat. My hat. It's the perfect accessory and I never leave home without it because I never want to forget. I never want to. Sorry.
Oh, I never want to forget the number 3 either.
He was the greatest driver of all time.
Driver? Oh, all this time I thought it was just a letter that came out to number 2.
A heartfelt, compassionate, and honest answer.
It's the first 3 qualities to any green scarf.
Next question, please.
Our meetings are full of love and trust, and also delicious food. What would you bring to the table?
Well, that was a witty question. Well, I could trap an elk, and I could stuff him with a deer. Stuff him with a possum. It's called an elk possum.
Sounds like a feast fit for the dogs.
I'd garnish it with fresh rosemary sprigs and top it off with a wild berry and apricot chutney.
An expert homemaker and innovator. Final question, please.
Above all else, but Miss Rhoda Fire.
Go on.
Above all else, a green scarf is full of grace and culture. The perfect wife and the perfect mother. Describe to us how you will help us uphold these standards and traditions.
Well, definitely no one's wife.
Really?
I must admit, I was a bit stumped.
That was a lovely answer. All right, time to make our unanimous decision on this candidate. All against him.
Well, wait just a pick a minute now. I know I seem rough and tumble on the outside, but On the inside, I'm just a big ball of pink marshmallow fluff. So, to help you uphold your standards of being perfect wives and perfect mothers, I'll make sure your craft rooms have plenty of storage by whipping your shells out of freshly chopped wood. And I'll weld your custom jello molds in my machine shop. And I get rid of any little critters running around with one fell swoop of my hacked off machete.
Oh, Horace!
Object!
But Deborah Ray Lynn.
What did you call me?
Deborah Ray Lynn. That's your name, Deborah Ray Lynn Pinochle.
I've since married. My last name is Dupree.
She's since divorced, so I guess it's back to Pinochle.
You don't remember me, do you?
Of course I do. Horace Von Buttersmith, the terror of Miss Glassman's 3rd grade class. I was his desk partner. He used to fling fish guts at the blackboard with a homemade slingshot.
I was just having fun.
Boys will be boys.
He never graduated from elementary school. Held back for unruly behavior. I never saw him again, but I could never erase the stench of largemouth bass guts and generic brand fabric softener from my memory.
I have since grown up. I don't slingshot fish guts indoors no more. I reserve that for the target behind my trailer.
All in all, I don't see what my main name has to do with your becoming a member of our society. You will never get a vote from me, and therefore the vote will not be unanimous, and therefore you have to hit the high road.
All right. All right. I smell what you're scratching. I'll grab my drink and I'll go.
Good. I'm glad you resolved that little predicament.
But Horace, if you go, we won't have a new member.
It's all right. I'm sure y'all find somebody else.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Your maiden name was Pinochle? As in Pinochle Meat Butcher and Buffalo Mart? Old rusty pickup trucks in the back, cold cuts in the front?
So my parents owned the redneck's paradise that was Pinocchle's Meat Butcher and I have since moved on with my life.
Before I go, Deborah Ray Lynn Pinochle, I must confess, ever since that fateful day when Miss Glassman forced you to be my assigned desk partner, I've been in knockdown, drag-out love with you. I love the way them pigtails graze the top of the desk, and how you ignored the living daylights out of me. I only flung them fish guts to impress the love of my life.
And what are you doing today to impress me? You've ruined my election. You dragged 10 feet of mud in here, and I can't see straight from the stench of the wintergreen tobacco leaking out of the corner of your mouth. You are nothing but a filthy, no good redneck.
You want me to slap a Horace? I got restless hands. And the only cure for that is a prescription for slap a whole fox.
Before the fade, that will not be necessary. I'll just grab my stinky old cooler and go back to my love shack. My lonely little, no true love shack.
Give my regards to Tally Belcher. Let her know that your plan to rekindle our never was and never will be romance was a bust. I would never, ever fall for the like of you.
Right here, I don't give a daggum.
I quit! I'm through! I'll resign. Don't worry about leaving Horace, because I am. Green Scarfs, I hope you are happy, because you no longer have a vice president!
Miss Rhoda Fade. Sarah. I'm sorry if I caused a calamity.
Oh, it's quite all right. Tonight's been the most exciting meeting we've ever had.
Well, tonight, I mean, it's totally opposite chow-chow seminars.
You're awesome.
Thank you for y'all's hospitality, but I think I need to be going on.
Please don't go.
I think if y'all weren't so dang hot, you'd give me the night terrors.
Well, Sam was all right. Since the beast is no longer here to keep us under lock and key, stay enjoy some punch bowl cake. There's little Fritos on top.
She's the whole reason why I came. I'm in love with that hateful witch of a woman. I always have been. She's the only one that can toot my tater. That wasn't until she left. Where are you again?
But Miss Rhoda Faye, Debbie Ray has resigned. We don't have a vice president.
Let's enjoy it.
But we can't get hold of that vice president. Who will keep the order? Who will fold the folding chambers?
Not me. Last time I tried a new lid, I broke my leg.
We must elect a new vice president.
Well, I'm too damn old. And you are as dumb as dirt. And the two of you got as much brains between you as a peanut and a poker chip. So I guess that leaves one of us. Horace, what you got in the cooler?
I got a six-pack, Courtney.
Is it light?
Darling, I do have standards.
Oh,